It's 7 a.m. on a Wednesday morning. California's Six Flags Magic Mountain is closed to the public, but not to everyone. When most coaster heads are still getting their Z's, these rail jockeys are up for a date with a green, mean, twisting machine that will leave the most ravenous thrill-seekers satisfied. It's Riddler's Revenge. This ride combines a butt-clenching 156-foot first drop and 6 brain-scrambling inversions. Top speed is 65 miles per hour of pure adrenaline, which makes the Riddler the biggest, fastest stand-up coaster in the world. But these guys aren't afraid. They are the few, the brave. They are the members of ACE.
ACE stands for the American Coaster Enthusiasts. We're an organization of about 6,000 people who love roller coasters. So in a way, we're like test pilots of the new millennium.
To theme parks, ACEs are the ones to be feared, not the rides. ACEs' opinions can make or break a roller coaster in this world. Today, these ACEs have been granted the holy grail of theme park perks. 3 little mouth-watering letters they call ERT.
ERT is a biblical term for ACERs. It stands for exclusive ride time. And it's when parks will allow ACERs certain times where they're the only ones riding on the roller coaster. The park will do that so that the ACERs can then comment on how good of a ride it was, what they liked about the ride. It's good kind of word-of-mouth advertising.
Gentlemen, stand up straight. Your seats are now locking.
You're used to driving in a car or in a plane or something like that, so you're used to sitting when you're in motion. Stand-up coasters, you stand up. But you're not used to going 50 miles an hour standing up or going through loops standing up. And it's just a different kind of intensity.
You can almost hear the Riddler chuckling.
Here we go! All right! Yeah!
I think the Riddler has a great first drop.
The best element of this ride is the 360-degree vertical loop. You just count the seconds as you're floating, and it's wonderful. Woo!
Does everything from throwing you upside down 6 or 7 times to really, slamming your feet into the floor. If you've ever been on a skateboard and swooped up the side of a swimming pool and turned around and dived back down, that's the feeling you get when you're riding Riddler.
And hang on tight, because this green machine has one more vengeful little gotcha that'll leave the Riddler roaring with laughter.
The ride seems to be like winding down, but it's really the Riddler's Revenge. Because all of a sudden you dive into this trough and you go into a corkscrew. And you go flying into the brake run with enormous speed and power. And that's why everybody comes up applauding that ride, because it's such a great ride.
Good ride!
It seems the Acers give Riddler's Revenge a standing ovation. And that's why we awarded the number 10 spot on our countdown. Welcome to Branson, Missouri's Silver Dollar City. If you all like your theme parks a little bit country, y'all gonna love this place. But don't think this shrine to Heartland hospitality lacks a pulse, because soaring above the trees is a ride that's chewing up the competition.
When you first look at the ride, you think, oh, this is just kind of a mediocre, just an average ride. Let me tell you that you're in for an experience you're not going to forget.
Locals call this slippery sucker Buzzsaw Falls. Beth Steinel and her daughter Arwen are 2 timber beasts looking to hitch a ride aboard this coaster's lumber.
I'm kind of nervous. Are you? Well, at first I wasn't sure whether I'd be able to ride Buzzsaw Falls or not, because the first thing you see is that big, huge drop at the end. And I thought, I'm not sure I'll have the courage to ride that.
Beth and Arwen are about to climb aboard the world's first liquid coaster.
The first time is probably the scariest, but then after that, you know, you want to ride it again and again.
You better grab your waterproof pants, because this soaker's all about H2O.
Currently, we're operating 2 pumps that are pushing about 50,000 gallons of water per minute through the ride channels. We wanted to achieve a rate of about 16 feet per second in the water.
You get into a boat, and you go through a channel of water, and then all of a sudden, boom, it's a roller coaster.
This country ride turns rock and roll faster than you can say Donnie and Marie. 9 stories and 60 miles per hour. It's music to your reels. Just when you think Buzzsaw's all washed up, grab your chainsaw, because you're heading for the treetops.
When I was moving up on the lift of Buzzsaw Falls, my knees were actually shaking because the drop on each side just looked so big. You know when you come to the top, you're going to have to go back down again.
Any last thoughts, ladies? Making sure timber beasts get their fill of wet thrills requires some cutting-edge designs.
What we've done is we've created a narrow section of track here that then widens out, and that allows the wheels to get thread onto the track, and then it engages from that point and then heads down into the coaster part of the ride.
So before you head to Silver Dollar to drink in this liquid coaster, 3 words of advice. Bring spare pants. For being the world's first liquid coaster, Buzzsaw Falls floats in at number 9 on our countdown. Please fasten your seatbelts, return your tray tables to their upright and locked positions, lay back and enjoy the ride. Welcome to Stealth at Paramount's Great America.
I love Stealth because it was intense, it was exciting, it was awesome.
When you see the ground, nothing between it, it's just crazy.
This is awesome. It's ready.
Techno DJ Randy Webb likes coasters that rock as hard as his music. Fast, driving, and out of control.
Stealth pushes the envelope of riding roller coasters like I push the envelope of music. Both are driven by a sense of the future and a sense of doing something that just hasn't been done yet.
Stealth is a whole new kind of coaster.
This is the first roller coaster where basically you get to be in that superhero position, arms forward, lying on your stomach.
That's if your stomach can handle this fighter jet's 8 radar-evading rolls.
It's a combination of free falling and flying and all those things you've had in your dreams since you were a kid. And this is really the closest thing we can take you to that.
But before you lock your sights on this flat-out flyer, first you gotta learn how to load, stealth style.
And you finally get to that point where you're about to load this thing, you walk on, and it's like sitting, you think, hey, no problem, it's like sitting in a chair. Until the chair leans back, and suddenly you find yourself flat on your back, facing up to the sun.
Okay.
At that point, the coaster starts leaving. That way, you know, head first, on your back, and then you start going up the lift. You think, hey, there's the park, beautiful view, and then wham.
What sets Stealth apart from any other ride is that Stealth is a perfect combination of an extreme sport and an extreme ride. Whoa! Whoa, the head chopper right there, that's so intense. You gotta do this. Into the corkscrew, this is amazing. Whoa, man, we are just inches away. And that was a ride on stealth at Paramount's Great America.
For being first in flight,
I don't know if I can do it again. It's really cool.
stealth sneaks onto our list at number 8.
Hey guys, how you doing today? Hey Dan, back again. Hey, how you doing?
Everyone knows Dan Biggerstaff at Busch Gardens, Virginia. But Dan's no employee. He's one rail jockey so dedicated to scream machines, he decided to change his name.
My nickname is Coaster Dan, and that actually started on America Online. And I said, well, my name's Dan, I like roller coasters, and Coaster Dan it was.
But Coaster Dan's two-rail tastes are very particular. He's an Alpengeist addict.
I love this thing. I love Alpengeist.
Alpengeist is a 195-foot avalanche of eye-popping inversions and a blizzard of screaming straightaways. 3,870 feet of cold metal mayhem that'll leave you frostbitten and fumbling for the exit.
With the inversion type coaster, what we really wanted to do is get what we call ground effect.
Nobody appreciates Alpengeist's chilling effects more than Coaster Dan.
This inverted coaster has the world's tallest loop on an inverted coaster. It's 106 feet above the ground. You really feel the G-forces.
And then there's the venomous Cobra roll.
This is the third and fourth element of this ride, and it stands as tall as an older roller coaster in the park right beside it. You actually get 3 good snaps in one element.
It is these mountainous proportions that keep Coaster Dan coming back for more.
I think I'm the person who's ridden this the most. I'm almost sure of that. Today's kind of a special day for me, and I've logged almost 1,500 rides, and today's going to be the day I take that 1,500.
Second, we're going to crest the lip, drop to the right, and it all breaks loose. Here we go.
Alpengeist is a real good gotcha. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, there's a house. You duck down.
Does Coaster Dan know, but Alpengeist is about to add the frosting to his record-setting ride.
We have a special guest riding Alpengeist today. Coaster Dan has just completed the 1,500 ride.
When I looked over and I said, oh no, this is going to be so embarrassing.
Congratulations on your 1,500 ride. Congratulations.
Oh wow, thank you. Oh wow. I couldn't believe they made a cake for me. I would have never thought that in a million years. I thought that was great and wonderful. It meant a lot to me. I'll remember that for the rest of my life.
For leaving its riders in a deep freeze, Alpengeist ices the number 7 slot on our list. Six Flags Magic Mountain, the stomping ground of the biggest, baddest hypercoaster this side of the Rockies. It's gargantuan, it's mammoth, it's Goliath. And her Scream Machine companion, Andrew Roberto, are at Magic Mountain and gunning for a ride on Goliath.
I come from a family of roller coaster fanatics. Any opportunity we have to come to a amusement park and go on a roller coaster ride, the biggest, the best, we're there. The first thing I heard about Goliath is just that it had an awesome first drop.
What makes a roller coaster run was discovered by Sir Isaac Newton in 1666. It's gravity. And the first drop is your engine. It's the gravity. It's picking up the speed that then sends you into the next hill or next loop or whatever. Then coming out of that hill or loop, you've got more gravity that sends you into the next element.
A 255-foot first drop means if you're hungry for speed, sit back, because this big fella eats like a 10-course meal. Supersized, that is.
When you're going up that first hill at Goliath, you're terrified. You're not sure what the drop's going to be like. You've heard all these things about it that's like crazy, wicked, you know. And it's just that moment where you're like, okay, can we stop the ride so I can get off?
Too late, Sean. Goliath's going critical.
Intensive spot on the Goliath when you really feel the G-forces. You're going around in circles. The G-force is incredible, and you're just pushed down into your seat. And you can't even, you're trying to like lift up your hands, and you're like,
oh my God.
Goliath is just so huge and awesome. There's like no way that any other roller coaster can ever match it.
This is the ultimate ride for me because of the G-forces. It's fast, but the G-forces are just nothing I've ever felt in a roller coaster.
You gotta go on it again.
That's so cool.
Rising heads and tails above the competition, Goliath towers at the number 6 spot on our list. Run for your lives, it's a volcano. Or rather, Volcano the Blast Coaster at Paramount's King's Dominion in Virginia.
Oh my God!
It's the rush of a lifetime.
To me, roller coasters are good stories. Volcano at Paramount's King's Dominion. The story is that you are lava. The roller coaster is the lava.
But lava never traveled this fast. 4 inversions and a 70-mile-per-hour, 155-foot vertical blast out of the top of this little Vesuvius. So how does Virginia's volcanic hotspot size up to the real thing? Okay, hotheads, let's rumble. In this corner, weighing in at several zillion tons, and the power to crisp Earth's crust, he's a mountain of fury. He's Killer Kilauea. In the other corner, just 1 year old, 175 feet tall, and already the fastest suspended coaster in the world. He's mean, he's lean, he's Volcano the Blast Coaster. Our referee for this evening is volcanologist Susan Sakimoto.
Dr. Sue is what my students call me.
We go 3 rounds, fellas, so let's keep it clean. How often does the average volcano erupt?
Volcanoes erupt in a matter of days to weeks to years and can be as long as 1,000 years between eruptions.
And the blast coaster?
Volcano the Blast Coaster carries about 600 passengers an hour, so we see several thousand people a day erupt out of the top of the volcano.
Points go to Volcano the Blast Coaster. How hot is a volcano?
They vary, but usually between about 600 Celsius and about 1,000 Celsius.
Volcano the Blast Coaster is easily the hottest ride we've ever had at Paramount's Kings Dominion. We see over 2.5 million visitors every year at the park.
Round 2 is a tie. What are the chances of surviving a volcanic eruption?
Well, not only are you going to survive an eruption on Volcano the Blast Coaster, you're going to come back for more.
If you're on Mount St. Helens, you're toast.
And it's all over. Looks like Volcano the Blast Coaster smoked the competition. But you know what they say, statistics are static. Ride time is real.
So how fast do you think we'd be going if we came out of an actual volcano?
You'd be going at like blast wave speed, and you go anywhere from a couple hundred meters high up to maybe stratosphere. I've often had daydreams about surfing down a lava flow on some kind of platinum surfboard. I guess this is about as close as I'm going to get.
Where else can you fly into the heart of a volcano and live to tell about it?
So, Dr. Sue, what's the scoop?
Just come right out the top. That's a fantastic ride.
Fun. A lot of fun.
For being the hottest thrill ride in Virginia, Volcano the Blast Coaster Hotel and Casino. Look around the ground for this gambler and you'll come up snake eyes. Tilt your noggin skyward. Jackpot. Teetering 1,100 feet above the desert is the Big Shot, the highest thrill ride in the world. If you don't like heights, go home.
Say it loud, I can't hear you.
Oh, oh my God.
Watch your head, all right?
Safety operator J.B. Rhodes has given up on craps. Now he lets it ride on the Big Shot. He knows the concept behind this ride is nothing but a load of air.
Okay, if you're looking right here, you're going to see these red cylinders right here. That's where all the air is compressed. It's like a piston flushing in from a car. When the pistons go down, the ride shoots up.
Speed-wise, it's actually 45 miles an hour in 2.5 seconds. You're actually going up 180 feet.
It's a 30-second ride, but if you blink the eye, you'll miss it every time.
You want to be on the end?
No.
Back on center stage, our dancing divas are ready for showtime.
Yeah.
Is it over now?
Probably the most nerve-wracking moment for me is when we're waiting for it to take off. You're sitting there, but you don't know for sure when it's going to take off. When nothing takes off, you have no idea what's about to happen. It's your heart, it's your stomach, it's your whole body, you know, just clinging for your life. And you just look around at the city and you're like, wow, that was great.
By the time you're down, you're ready to be down. You're done. You're done. That's about all that a human being can take, I think.
Look at you! Need proof that you beat the odds? You bet. So it just goes to show, if you want to risk it all in Vegas, you don't have to break the bank to let it ride like a big shot. For taking thrills into the stratosphere, Big Shot blasts its way onto the #1 wicked woody coaster. It's Brooklyn's own Cyclone.
One of the most thrilling rides was built in 1927, and it's the Coney Island Cyclone. On any given day, they can be brooding or they can be happy. That's one of the nice things about wooden roller coasters. Every time you ride it, it's going to be a different ride. It's like a human being. It shifts.
Boom, all the way down.
Absolutely amazing.
Forget Viagra. This 96-foot Woody's been up for 73 years and still packs a punch.
The slice of what people rode in the Roaring 20s is the only one still running the same way as far as I know.
Today, this force of nature is a New York landmark with a history of famous visitors.
In 1927, when the Cyclone was brand new, who was the most famous man in the world? It was Charles Lindbergh, who just did the unthinkable. He flew the Atlantic Ocean, landed in Paris. He comes to Coney Island. He rides the Cyclone, and he says it was more thrilling than flying the Atlantic.
Half a century later, Lindbergh's flight inspired Richard Rodriguez to pursue his own roller coaster fantasy.
I remember that it was in 1977, it was the 50th anniversary of his flight. That's what attracted me, what drew me to the Cyclone, and said I'd like to do something to commemorate that great flight.
That something set the world record for roller coaster endurance.
The world record back then was 45 hours, and I wanted to go past the 100-hour mark. That meant riding the roller coaster for 4 days.
That's with only a 5-minute break every hour. This king of the coasters has since upped his world record to 2,000 hours on a Woody in England. But today, he's back in Brooklyn for a cruise on the coaster he loves the most, Cyclone.
So here we are going up the first hill of the Great Cyclone. Here's the first drop, the top of the first hill we've been waiting for, and it's quite a plunge. So here we go. So we're getting thrown around a little bit. Now another surprising drop. It's the great thing in any roller coaster, the number of surprises that you have, the unexpected falls.
You know you're going this way when the train goes that way. Talk about gotcha. Ooh, boy, that one gets you right there.
It has all the elements that a great classic coaster offers. Something for everyone. It offers thrills, an old world ride, classic features. Here we are going to the home stretch.
The Cyclone definitely has to make the ultimate 10 list because it's just no contest. This is the one. It's the classic roller coaster. It's the ultimate ride.
You all have been on this a couple times, I think, yeah?
Ride again, $3.
It's my #1 in my book, and it always will be.
Think one ride is enough for the ruler of roller coasters? Think again. Stop by and check out the Cyclone sometime. Who knows, Richard might still be riding. For storming the beaches of Brooklyn and refusing to mellow with age, the Cyclone stirs up the number. Faster than a speeding bullet, stronger than a locomotive. It's a bird, it's a plane. No, it's Superman the Escape at Six Flags Magic Mountain. A thrill ride with more roar than a fighter jet at full throttle.
You've got a 6.5-ton car going 100 miles per hour. It's going to make some noise. to create a unique experience. We wanted to hit that 100-mile-per-hour speed barrier.
It's like,
It had never been done, had never been broken.
It has now.
And bam, you're gone.
Two would-be heroes, Dylan Miller and Tyler Bromray, are at the park to take on Superman. They're determined to do battle with the ultimate evil, boredom.
I come to amusement parks because it's a cool place to hang out.
First time I saw Superman, I thought, it's crazy, extreme, you just have to go for it.
I thought I gotta get on that.
Brace yourself, super friends. This ride really flies!
You gotta go on Superman for just the blast off itself.
If you're going shooting up a rocket into outer space, I'm sure that's what it feels like.
Defying gravity topside is the Cave Twin himself, commanding you to fly up, up, and away! Too much kryptonite, folks.
Superman deserves to be an Ultimate 10 ride because it is a perfect fit for a superhero. Superheroes can do amazing things. They can travel at amazing speeds and amazing heights, and that's what Superman Escape does.
Hey, Dylan, any advice for future riders?
You shouldn't fly with Superman on a full stomach.
Congratulations, Earthlings, on a job well done. For taking thrills to heroic proportions, skyscraper so huge that it's in a category all its own.
It's just like,
Cedar Point, Ohio, September 1999. Construction starts on a coaster of millennial proportions. A year later, it's opening day.
Good morning and welcome to Cedar Point. The wait is over. The no wimps allowed Millennium Force.
This ride is amazing. It is the tallest at 310 foot tall. It is the fastest at 92 miles per hour. You go down the first hill at 80 degrees. It's only 10 degrees off straight down. It is actually taller than the Capitol building. It is also taller than the Statue of Liberty. Of course, you'll actually go up and over the torso.
Ask the expert. Eric?
Why waste your time talking about it? You gotta do it.
Here we are, we're at the Millennium Force. 300 feet high, 300 feet down. I'm a little bit nervous, don't know exactly, really don't know what to expect, so let's go find out.
Just keep your arms up and start screaming. You know what I'm talking about? It's like one of them kind of things.
I'm feeling much more nervous. I'm feeling it. I'm talking in nervous spurts. Okay, you ready? And here we go. Always check the lap bar. Whoa, it goes up fast. This is a narrow track.
That for me was the most frightening part, is that the car was wider than the track.
I'm getting nervous. And we're about to crest here, and here comes a huge drop. Whoa! Holy cow!
It's just, that's the way I describe it.
Oh yeah!
So it scared the out of me.
Better grab your lap bar, because this blue streak is on a tear.
This is a special ride. It lives up to its expectations.
It was outstanding. It was an incredible rush. Woo! Great!
It's a wonderful ride, and it's a lot of fun. And while it's a big thrill, I think it's the kind of thrill that a lot of people can do.
Oh yeah!
For taking coasters into a new era, Millennium Force is our